Hello, everybody. My name is Willie Dubois, the Haitian guy. Negrito Grande. What's up?
These Haitians out here in Mexico, and excuse my language if I'm a bit derogatory. So
This Haitian out here in Mexico. Excuse me if I sound a little derogatory. Well, Negrito Grande. When we were stolen in Africa and brought here to this continent, which is called America today, in the hulls of ships, piling us on top of each other like sardines, defecating on each other, raping our pregnant women in front of us, making our best friends have sex with our daughters or our women while we're watching. Which one of us were Haitians or African Americans? Or Jamaicans or Bahamians or Dominicans? Which one of us? But now that you're talking, being that you're born in the United States, and the best thing that the best thing that could come to your mind when you're talking about your brothers and sisters is these Haitians out here. You look young, Negrito Grande, but that doesn't stop you from reading history, reading books, so that you don't sound stupid. I do not hate you. I will never hate you. But I hate the fact that you're lazy and you do not read enough so that when you talk about your people, you know how to address them and you don't go on social media to blast them. I could use words to blast my African American brothers and sisters. What is this gonna get me? Is it gonna make Haiti better or make me look a better Haitian? Amadi Diallo got gunned down more than 41 times. And they said the murder was an error. Black men just like me and you. Do you think people care how you sound when you speak English? Whether you have a British accent or American accent or Jamaican accent, whatever accent you have, as long as you're black in this country, don't you know that some people think of you as peasants? Don't you know that the Supreme Court one time labeled black people as animals, which is why you didn't have the right to have ID, didn't have the right to vote because you were less than dogs to them? And now you're talking about your brothers and sisters and you're referring to them as these Haitians? I'm gonna let you speak some more, baby.
as we all probably know, Hurricane Matthew, it struck Haiti, so they've been shipped out to different parts of the country, or different countries, one of them being Mexico. So I become kind-hearted to try to help them.
Let me stop you right there, you hypocrite. How you gonna help a people who was raped, robbed, and murdered, culture taken away from them, don't know what to do, their government sold them out, don't have a way of life, trying to survive? These people, their survival mode is just on 24/7. When somebody is in jail or locked up, right? What do you think that person's aspiration is gonna be? Freedom. You see how you're staying over here? Like you said, you were blessed, you were fortunate to be born in the United States. You see how you calm and talk? Say send you to Haiti now, in a country which language you do not understand. You don't have any family members there, like biologically, but we look just like you. And we'll leave you there for a week with no food. You will bang on the immigration airport's door, or you will bang on the doors and say, you know what, please, I'm sorry. Send me back to the United States because this is hell over here. This is crazy. Have you been to Haiti to see the Haitians cooking next to mud? Flies everywhere? No hope. Here you have hope. Down there, my Haitian brothers and sisters, or should I say, our brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, man, they do not have hope down there. How would you feel to live under less than $5 a day? Some people got hustled, they're selling things that doesn't even worth $4. And that's how they pay their rent, that's how they eat, that's how they drink water. Why? Because we used to be called la perle des Antilles, all right? The pearl of Antilles. That's what we used to be called in the 20s and the 30s. When your forefathers didn't have the right to vote. That's what we used to be called. We used to be the father of coffee. Number one producer selling 50% of the world, coffee. Number one producer of sugar. That's what we used to be. One of the most beautiful islands. Since you say that you wanted to know something about Haiti, remember in August 14th, 1797. All right? 1797. We started the Haitian Revolution. All right? We started fighting. We said enough is enough. Trees started shaking, babies started crying, dogs barking. The trees are moving left and right like this. People are hearing voices. Men started, possessing, saying that, oh man, we gave the French too many chances. Now they kidnapped Toussaint Louverture, and then they went there and killed him. Let me tell you something. We're gonna have to get them. Kicked them out, defeated Napoleon Bonaparte. We came to this country in 1779, freed the United States from the British soldiers, because if it weren't for us today, you would have spoken English with an English accent. And you still would have been under the rule of the English people, and this country probably would have never called the United States. If you go to Savannah, Georgia, since you like to travel, go see the Haitian monuments before you speak about your brothers and sisters in a derogatory way, because some of us are poor down there. We were raped, robbed, and murdered, and then we don't know where we're going. We're trying to survive. How do you expect somebody like that to be like you? To be humble like you? Do you have children? Imagine that you had kids and then you have no food for them, and your government sold you out. You cannot find jobs. You got all the requirements, all the paperwork that they ask you, and then all they keep doing is messing up with you, playing with you, lying to you. Do you think that you'll be a nice gentleman when people talking to you? If you own a dog, keep on beating that dog, kicking that dog. Don't feed that dog, and then go send somebody to pet this dog, and you'll see the dog is gonna react like a nice dog. How do you expect a woman to be raped by multiple men, and you want her to have a good attitude, a positive attitude towards life? When every time she looks at a man, she's like, in her mind, she thinks that this is going to be my next rapist. Because most men that I met before, all they did in the past is just rape me, and that's it. And then you're going to sit down, invite that woman on a date, thinking that everything is cool. And one day, you just do one thing in the house, and all hell breaks loose. Do you think that is because of you? No. That's why you need to know people's past before you judge them. The history is important. Even a woman that you want to date, you want to deal with, you have to know her past so that you see if you can handle the problem, if it's not too heavy for you. You should learn about the Haitian story. Before you went and posted that stupid video, you should have called, you should have went to a little Haiti, or Better yet, travel Haiti, right? Travel to Haiti to see the condition that the Haitian people are in. And then after that, you would go and make a video based on the actual fact that you uncovered. But you don't go out there out of your emotion, man, because you were trying to give the people some clothes, and some of them are starving, desperate, uneducated, don't know anything, right? And you expect them to act like a college graduate kid who lives in the suburb? Is that what you expected? Huh? You're from the United States. I'm gonna take you to Brownsville, Brooklyn, trying to talk like that to African American who look just like you. People that don't know anything but crimes, violence, that will empty a gun on you just because they don't like the way you look. Brownsville, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, where Biggie Smalls from. Opelika, Florida. I'm gonna take you to better yet, South Central LA. Let's go to Louisiana. Let's go there. And you know that this is the United States. Most people, when they talk about the United States, they say this is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. This is one of the most powerful countries in the world, right? But you know that somewhere, some places where you came from, there are certain neighborhoods that you cannot go if you don't know people there. You know about Bloods and Crips, right? These are people who were born in the United States. If you're watching the documentary, you'll see an older man saying that if you don't know anyone in my neighborhood and you go to my neighborhood, then you die, even though you look like him. Now, if the Haitians were doing that, what would you say to them? That they're animals? Don't you know that the environment that you live in can affect you? Like the rapper T.I. said, don't worry about what I'm saying in my music. If you don't like the content of my music, then change the environment. You see what I'm saying? All you see is violence, police brutality, all kind of ridiculousness. Pregnant women getting slammed on the ground. Men with concealed weapons getting gunned down, all kind of stuff going on. And then what do you see? Huh? Paradise? Is that what you see over here? Huh? You don't see what's going on? It's everywhere. That black folks are getting raped, robbed, and murdered so that they don't know who they are. Don't you know that you're a king? Don't you know that the Haitians are princes? Don't you know that? Don't you know that we are the father of revolution? The father of freedom when it comes to the black nation? Don't you know that? Come on, Negrito Grande. Please don't make me call you Negrito Pequeño.
I have all of these clothes that I don't wear anymore. Trying to help my people, what people consider my people.
Yeah, your people, and when you try to expose them to the world, making people think that we're savages, your people. If your girlfriend did something bad to you that you like, or your mom, do you go on TV and expose her like that? Or your sister? Let's say your sister stole something from you, or your little brother or something. Or you got a cheating wife, right, who's cheating on you, but you like her so much, you don't want people to find out. Do you go on social media and expose what she's doing? Everybody will say, then if she's like this, if she's so unfaithful to you, if they're thieves, what are they doing around? What are you doing around them? What are you doing with them? Because if someone cannot understand you, if someone all they do is abusing you, they shouldn't be around you, right, Mr. Negrito Pequeño? I'm not mad at you again. I'm mad at the fact that you don't take time to read books so that you can better yourself and do research, and your video will be more valuable. People will get more information, better education. You don't go out there and blast people like that and thinking that it's okay. There's corruption in every nation. Everybody has their own problem. That's why in the United States, Mr. Negrito Pequeño, they call the African Americans, right, minority. I said that before in my previous video. Do you know how disrespectful that is when somebody call African Americans, minority. Let me ask you something, Mr. Negrito Grande. If you're a minor, can you buy cigarette? If you're a minor, Mr. Negrito Grande, can you buy alcohol? And I'm gonna say it again, that's my favorite line from 50 Cent. I'm old enough to go to war, but I'm not old enough to drink. Do you know the country that you live in, Mr. Negrito Grande? You think that you're probably better than us because you were born in this country. When you're not even a citizen of America. I'm gonna tell you something. No disrespect to the African Americans who believe that they are African Americans. But according to history of this country, there was a man by the name of Dred Scott. Dred Scott used to be a slave. All right? When the Constitution says that all men, in the Declaration of Independence, it goes, all men are created equal, right? And then he took his slave master to court. He said, if all men are created equal, why are you still keep me in bondage? Why am I still your slave? I'm a man according to your own word. He went there, almost beat the case, but he did not beat the case. He could not beat the case because according to the definition of an American, you have to be Caucasian, white, to be a citizen of America. He was found to be a U.S. citizen. And because of that, you understand me? He lost the case. He could not have beat the case. Now I'm dropping the knowledge and science for you. Talk about, I am an American. How could you be an American when you did not have the right to have ID? That's what I'm saying. I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm using facts, the facts of this country, according to this country's history, things that they did to you. All right? And then now you're sitting down behind this camera, hiding, thinking that you can say whatever you want because YouTube allowed you to speak. People like you won't even last 5 minutes in the streets of Manhattan talking this garbage and this nonsense. Because some African American brothers and sisters will shut you up with this crap. That's where I be going in Times Square, Central Park. All right, 7th Avenue, 6th Avenue, Harlem, 125th Street in New York. That's where I be to get the knowledge. That's where I be. I be in the library. I be watching. I be doing research. Because I want to know what's going on. I know for a fact that you guys are my brothers and sisters. Anybody who's watching this video, don't make the mistake that Mr. Negrito Pequeño made. Posting something out of emotion. Always remember this, Mr. Pequeño. Don't ever make a permanent decision over a temporary emotion. You don't do that crap. People are going to laugh at you or think that you're stupid, man.
Based on physical attributes. So, knowing the situation in Haiti from the natural disaster, I want to be able to do something for them. So, they come out here, I make this plan to gather up all the clothes I usually don't wear, pretty much just clean out my wardrobe. And some of the clothes I didn't want to get them because I still wear it, but I'm like, you know what? They need them more than I do. I'll just buy a whole new wardrobe or whatnot.
Really? Some of the clothes that you didn't want to give them because you still wear them, you had to say it. How old are you? I mean, stupidity and common sense, I know that these two don't have nothing to do with age. Because you see a man in his 50s that is acting worse than a man who's 15. And you see a man who's 15 years old behaving like a man who's 30. You know, it's not how old you are. It's just like some people just naturally, at a very young age, they have common sense. They read, they're asking heavy, loaded questions, but some people, no matter where you put them, this is going to be stupid, man.
You know, because I'm a little bit more fortunate than they are, especially right now. So what I decided to do today was call up one of my friends him to come pick me up and put the clothes in his car. So when we get down there, you know, this was completely unplanned, no coordinator, no organization, anything. So we stop in front of, you know, the shelter home, and I open up the trunk. You know, I guess one of the Haitian guys, you know, he smiled at us. He seemed pretty friendly. He waved at us, and I told him, you know what, he seems pretty cool. Told him to come over.
Of course. The guy's desperate. Desperation is all over his face. Probably holding his kids or hoping that you're trying to come to help him get something to eat or some clothes to wear or a place to stay. You ever seen a lost dog or a stray cat that doesn't know where to go and then trying to be friendly with you while it's looking at your eyes to see if you're friendly too? And then once you let them in, they can end up being the best cat ever or the best dog ever because you sheltered them. That's why in the Bible it says this: when you do a good deed, you do not go out there and announce it with trumpets. Boom! I'm helping the Haitians, but they're behaving like savages. What do you expect from a people that are ignorant and have nothing? The knowledge of itself taken away from them. They don't know who they are. People's mind whose mind is not fully loaded with knowledge. That's why I do not entertain men. I teach men, and I'm hoping that I'm teaching you some great things today.
We're here, and you know, here's my thing, because I don't like to give anything out for free. So I told him these are the rules. When all his buddy.
If you don't like to give anything out for free, with all due respect, Mr. Negrito Pequeño, why the hell are you giving your stuff for free anyway? Are you contradicting yourself? You went there to donate these clothes, right? But you don't like to give anything for free. Why are you there? Are you trying to get some views? Are you trying to get some girls over there? What are you trying to do? Or do you have a personal agenda? Are you an undercover? What are you doing? Because I'm hearing confusion, contradiction. If I don't like to give things for free, I'll make somebody work for it. See, back in the days when I was a child, I would ask my dad, hey dad, I need a Nintendo or Super Nintendo. It's like, oh yeah? Then what the fuck did you do for me to deserve that? I had to earn it, because when you do something for someone and then they give you a reward, you will appreciate it, right? If you don't want to go to Tijuana or wherever the Haitians are in Mexico to help him out for free, why don't you go and get some of them and make him work and then give him some reward, and then this will help you to keep your mouth shut because you won't have anything to say. I hate hypocrite people because hypocrisy is a problem. But you're my brother, bro. What are you doing, man? Delete that garbage, please. It's gonna make you look stupid if you're a smart man. Really? You don't really like to give stuff for free, and you're complaining while you're giving them stuff for free? You sound like you were intoxicated, man, when you were making that video out there, man. Come on, man.
These came over, I told them, these are the rules. I love all my people, especially I know your guys' situation, so here's the rules before I give you these clothes. For one, we're both foreigners out here. I'm American, you guys are Haitian. We're on foreign soil, so you guys just need to be on your best behavior out here.
Now think about this. One thing that you just said, I don't know if people caught that. That is so ridiculous, stupid, and that is a lie. How are you going to tell me that you're going to address a people whom language which you don't understand? According to your own word, you said that there was a big communication gap because the Haitians do not speak English. All they know is Creole, and some chose to speak French, whatever that is. and you do not know Creole either, how were you able to convey this long sentence to them, Mr. Negrito Pequeño? Are you lying to me? I'm, I'm going. Be careful with your mouth, because it feels like you're talking out of the both sides of your mouth. I don't know which is which, but I'm still gonna watch the video, baby.
Nice to the locals out here. Don't disrespect them, and pretty much just be very humble. You know, because right now the locals in Mexico or in Tijuana.
Be humble. I swear to God, when I was in Haiti, I knew people who went to school, like American school or like English school and everything. And I always wanted to learn how to speak English too. I never heard them mention this word, humble. Because if you Haitian or you deal with a lot of Haitians and you happen to be born in the United States, you know most of the time when a Haitian person wants to use a word that is kind of similar to humble, they're gonna say be kind, be gentle, because those are the most popular words that they learn. That is in the island. They don't use humble, and you're gonna tell people who don't speak your language, be humble. You know, these are my rules. They don't even know what you're talking about. If you wanted to help like this, why did not you try to link up, try to network with some Haitian people who understand you, people like me, and say, yo, I got this thing in mind. Let's go to Mexico. Help me out. And then when we go there, will translate for you. You'd know how the people feel, what they're going through, and then this would have stopped you, prevented you from posting that stupidity on social media. Man,
Are going to look at us all as one people, even though we're from two different countries. Normally, humanly, we get judged by, of course, our skin color and our physical attributes. It's part of being human.
it just confirmed what I just said. Because you speak English, you were born in the United States, Mr. Negrito, and somebody was born in Africa, and then they sound like this, but they look like you. But guess what? If a racist cop shows up, and then he's having a bad day, and he decides to shoot, nobody will be exempt, because there is no stamp on your forehead or the other African's forehead that says that, hey, this is Africa and this is Africa America. You understand me?
Generalize. So even though I'm American, people would mistake me to be Haitian. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm cool with that. Whatever. We're
Mistaking me to be Haitian. You see, he's proud to be an American. African American, should I say. Mr. Negrito Grande, what part of the world, what country, what land? Because I know that every nation has a land named after their nationality. Do you know any place on earth that is called Africa America, Mr. Negrito Grande, or should I say Pequeño? That's why you're being called minority. It's this mentality. Get mixed up with the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the people from the Bahamas, trying to become one with the Mexicans, all the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans and everything, and all of them under one idea, which is unity. And let's promote self-preservation, and you'll see what nation that's going to end up being the minority. Minority. That means this means an adult who has the mind of a child. You are incapable of acting in your full potential as an adult. Then it's the same. When man loses its instinct, it elects leaders to create laws for it. Phil Valentine said that. And it's a fact. Okay? So now when you're dealing with a nation who lost its instinct or who is desperate for food and water, don't expect them to behave like Obama's children who have everything, Mr. Pequeño Negrito Grande.
all is one, one for all, and all for one. So I tell them my simple rules before you guys take these clothes. Respect the locals out here in Mexico. Be on your best behavior out here in Mexico. Don't affiliate yourself with the drug addicts out here. And teach me French. Anyways, I told them the last thing, teach me French. You know, I'm very curious about the culture in Haiti. You know, they speak Creole, which is a version
Oh, you're gonna know about the culture. You're finding out. You're gonna learn today.
of French with an African dialect or an African accent. It's very interesting to me. So
You see, African dialects and African accent. My man, Negrito Grande, you need to read. I'll teach you for free. I promise you, because it bothers me so much for young handsome men like this, no homo, to be that ignorant. Jesus Christ.
want to know a little bit about the culture. Those were the only rules and guidelines I had upon taking, my clothes. To be honest with you, man, it didn't look like they didn't give a shit what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, they didn't speak English. They don't speak.
You see, this just confirmed what I just said. This just confirmed what I just said. How you gonna try to convey a message like this with a long ass sentence to tell them your rules when you just said yourself that they couldn't understand you, they didn't speak English? Are you talking to them or are you talking to the air? While you were holding the bottle of the big bottle of lotion, to take care of business. What were you doing? Because you said that they don't speak English. These are desperate people. I'm not making excuses for bad behavior, but at the end of the day, you need to go to the core of the problem. I noticed in America, every time a dog bites somebody, the first question that any dog trainer or anybody will ask you, what did you do to the dog? What happened? Why did the dog bite you? You see, that's what people ask. But when you see a people that is desperate, a people who have no water, no food, their aspiration is just getting food and water, shelter, place to stay, right? You expect these people to be in their best behavior, despite the fact that they don't even understand what you were saying to them. Oh, Negrito Grande, you're a stupid man. Please do me a favor, bro. Travel more. Travel more. Because I'm not a hypocrite like you, trying to disrespect people and pretend that I love them. It's like rat. Rat. Why I hate rats? Rats will come and bite you on your foot, and then blow on it, so that you don't feel the pain. This is exactly what you're doing.
Spanish, and I don't speak French, so I spoke a little bit of Spanish to them, which I doubt they understood. Pretty much.
You see, madness, ridiculousness. Don't speak Creole, don't speak French. You don't even speak Spanish yourself. You just say a few words. Poquito, tú no hablas español, hermano. Hay que aprender. Hay que hablar español bien. ¿Me entiendes? Tú vives en México. ¿Ok? Si quieres hablar con una persona, hay que aprender su idioma. Los haitianos allá no hablan español. Algunos haitianos hablan español, pero la mayoría de haitianos hablan creol. ¿Me entiendes? ¿Y por qué razón que tú hablaste español con ellos? ¿No son dominicanos? Estúpido.
The vibe, it looked like I got from them. They're like, yeah, okay, shut the fuck up. Give us, what you guys have, and that's pretty much about it. So as I put my.
Of course, this is the type of reaction you're gonna get. All right, we understand. Blah, blah, blah. You go to China, and these people are hungry. Remember when Russia had problems, and America had to help them with McDonald's, right? If you're speaking English, you're trying to help them, you're holding the food, you have good things in your heart. But when you talk to them and they're looking at the food and they are desperate, they will not understand what you're saying. They'll go like this. Just like a hungry. Everyone watches, I assume, like movies about vampires, right? You're talking to the vampire, you're begging for your life, you're begging for mercy. You don't want to die because the human being loves to live. That's the human mind. But the vampire mind does not understand that because all they keep hearing is your heart pumping the sound of the blood, which is sweet like honey to them. They will bite you and eat you. You ever notice that you go to the hood and try to pay some respect to the hood and trying to show them some love, and a lot of you end up getting killed? Because desperate people do not speak your language if you're not desperate. Because all they believe in is desperate moves. That's why when you make it and you're out of the hood, don't go back. It's not only Haitians that are doing that. It's everywhere in the United States. Look at Chinks Drugs, the rapper. Perfect example. From New York. Hey, he went back to his hometown, trying to show some love to homies. Pop, pop, pop. Gun him down. Lil Boozy, the rapper, he's telling you this. Yo, man, see, like Louisiana is where I'm from, but if you made it, if you got money, if you come up, become a millionaire, you're better off going somewhere else to live because people don't know you. You have no problems. He's talking about how he went to New York. He was working in Manhattan. Nobody knows who he was. He's just another brother, but a rich brother, but nobody knows that. He was trying to give Kodak Black advice. Say, man, Kodak Black, I'm telling you, man, you're a big dog in Miami now. Don't stay in your hometown. Get out. And that's a fact. You grew up like this, poor, playing with the kids, always dirty, eating on the same table as them. Like sometimes you'd be going to their mamas to get some food, and all of a sudden you're driving a Lamborghini, Porsche, and these people are desperate people, don't even have time to read, no common sense, and you're gonna show them love. You think you're gonna get the same thing back? You are very much mistaken. Only in your dreams.
Bags on, in a stationary location in front of the house, separating the clothes. I'm like, hold on. They just start reaching in, grabbing, and like, I'm like, hold on.
It's called desperation. Uneducated people. Right? Why don't you come to talk to brothers like me and try to donate us something to see what happens? Take you to places where we have Haitians who have their heads on their shoulders. And then you just come to talk to us to see if you're not going to learn something from us. Desperate people, desperate move. Wise people, wise move. It's simple math. I don't know how you couldn't put 2 and 2 together. What's wrong with you, man? Is it the views or is it the women that you're trying to get? What are you trying to do? What's your agenda? Really, what's your agenda, Mr. Negrito Grande?
Espérame un momentito, espérame. Un momentito. Like, damn, relax.
See? Espérame un momentito. Damn, relax. Who told you that the Haitians speak Spanish? Damn, relax. They don't even hear what you just said. You knew what you were going to get. You know the type of reaction that you were going to get. I'm going to take you right there in the backwood of Mississippi. And trying to go there and get logical to these people and then go live in the neighborhood to see how people who look like you, who understand English just like you, will kill your ass. Right here in America. And they look black just like you. And they have no common sense. Behaving like animals. Don't even know what you're talking about now. Don't even know where Mexico is. Some people in California. I'm talking about like California, New York. I'm talking about, hey, you know what? I'm Haitian, stuff like that. Oh, okay. That's in Africa, right? That's far, right? I don't laugh because laughing would have been condescending. I just no, sir. Oh no, miss, that's not Africa. Naturally, I'm an African man because see the color of my skin, is a big witness to that. But at the end of the day, Haiti's located 800 miles away from Southeast Florida. It's just hop on a plane and then an hour, you're there. It's not it's not that far from the United States. It's close to Cuba. It's close to Jamaica. It's one island with we're sharing this island with the Dominicans. Used to be called Hispaniola. You know, after the war, we got divided. We ruled the Dominicans for 22 years, 1822 to 1844. You got Rafael Trujillo, who was born in San Cristobal. This man was an ignorant man, a racist bigot, the stupidest man in the world. He got so upset because of the history. He hated the Haitians so much that he forgot his grandmother, his own grandmother, was Haitian, Elsina Xavier. His mom's name is Altagracia Julia. Altagracia Julia. They had a funny name, a famous name for her, Mama Julia. This man rounded up over 20,000 Haitians. And killed all of them because he wanted to purify the land. This is a man who would put bleach and powder on his face so that he could look lighter because he was a mulatto anyway. On his driver's license, cedula, ID, he puts white as a mulatto. This is how sick the man was. All the commercials that they had, they would get one of the most light-skinned Dominicans to represent the islands so that people would understand that there was no such black. Until this day, I met a brother from what's the place that Akon is from? Senegal, right? He said, man, I want to go to Haiti. The Haitian women are beautiful. And the Dominicans too, man, they look like white people. I'm like, did you know that there are Dominicans who look just like you, dark skinned? People that are so dark, when the sun hits their skin, they shine blue. All right, this is a man who ruled the country for 31 years, right? He had no respect for the Haitian, no love. He hated himself. That's why he had to kill all these Haitians. I wonder why he didn't kill his own grandmother, Elsina Xavier, which is from the north side of Haiti. Your grandmother is Haitian, but you do not like the Haitians. Now you see why the Dominicans are acting so ignorant, some of them. Wanted to get rid of you so badly is because of history. They were taught lies. Okay? So now you wanted to know the history, Mr. Negrito Grande, right? You learning about the island. You learning about DR, right? You learning about that today.
I'm out here just, dusting off the shirts and the pants, giving them to, whoever fits and whatnot. And like, what really fucking pissed me off is that, okay, as we all know, Haiti is considered a very poor country. So I'm thinking you guys will be grateful, or the Haitian.
Negrito Pequeño, I'm sorry, Negrito Grande. Let me tell you something. Every time somebody say that, the Haitians are the poorest people in the Western Hemisphere or in the world, to bring the Haitians down. Do you know why they're doing this? It's because our history is so big. The only way that you can destroy the greatness of a nation is when you put them in poverty. Egypt used to be a big empire, but what happens to Egypt now? Look how they destroyed the empire. See? The father of mathematics, science, biologists, like great man. You gotta destroy them. You gotta impoverish the people, and then their story will have no value. You want to know why we poor? It's because when the French raped and robbed us, we kicked them out. They left, and then they came back and begging. This is why some of the French are evil, man. Not all the French people. All right? Begging for reparation. We had to pay the French, a poor country, right? for reparation. You see how big, do you know how big Paris, do you know how big France is? We had to pay them enough reparation to satisfy them so that their children, the future of the children, will be bright. Okay? After they enslaved us, they killed us, putting shackle on the right foot of the black woman, shackle on the left foot of the black woman, and they attached chains to her left side and right side, and put him attach him to the horses, right? And then start ripping the tails of the horses until they start going to different direction while she is pregnant, and then the horse, the woman split in two, and the baby that was in her hit the ground, and then the Frenchman will just go and stop on the hip and say, this is what you call a Negro. In English, you would say nigger. And then you're telling me what's happening. In 1915, U.S. occupation in Haiti. All our resources, everything that we had was taken away from us. We've been had, like Malcolm said. I like his saying. I'm not a Muslim, but I like his saying. We've been had, we've been took, we've been bamboozled. In the United States, you remember Wall Street, if you know history, you used to have the black Wall Streets in the 1900s. Black Wall Streets in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You used to have your own banks, your own schools, school buses, own hospitals, restaurants, movie theater. You were doing good. That's why I always say this. Black folk, not black folks, because folk is already plural. Black folk, right? Were better off in slavery during the segregation, because this forced people to do something. Every time you let a black person think that they're free, they become complacent. When you were not able to attend party with Caucasian, when you were not able to partake in what they do, attend movie theater, when you were not able to drink in the same water fountain, remember those days? When you were not, when it was illegal for you to be in the street at a certain time, after 6 or after 7, you see the light, when the light comes out, that your African American mothers and sisters, your African American mothers or sisters, older sisters, will tell you, hey, the light comes out. You need to go back home because mom's gonna be upset. Do you know how they learned this? It's because the minute that back in the days during the segregation, during slavery, the minute that the lights come out, it was time for Negroes to go home. Why do you think that you go to church every Sunday? It's because that was the day that she could get a break. The only way for you to get a break is when you go to church. If you don't go to church, then you're gonna have to work. Then people had no choice. I'd go to church. I'd go to church, even though I don't believe in the shit, but I'd go to church too on Sunday so that I could rest. And then it becomes the norm now. It becomes a culture in the black community. Every Sunday, you gotta go to church Sunday morning. We gotta talk to the preacher. And the preacher is busy getting the women pregnant, raping the people, of having homosexual relationship with the people, trying to get the people to buy them airplanes, call the jets, private jets, Jesus jet. All those things is because of slavery. When a people been in slavery for so long, they forgot their identity. They forgot who they are. If you keep telling a people that they are nothing, what kind of reaction that you're gonna get from them? They're gonna react, they're gonna behave like you made them think. And it's an actual fact. All right? So when you see the Haitians behaving in a certain way now, I hope that this video is teaching you the reason why some Haitians, some of our brothers and sisters, look like they're lost over there. It's not because they're animals. It's because they don't know who they are and they stole their identity from them, their culture, their folk ways. Everything's gone, just like they did to the North American Indians. they went extinct. There was a time in this country where the flute was illegal in this country. There was a time where in the United States, in North Carolina, Italians were getting lynched over there. They weren't accepted as white. That's why in Europe and further north, certain people, they have nothing but white hair and blue eyes. They do not consider the Jewish or the Italian as white people. You're not pure like them. Do you understand what's going on? Do you know the story of this country, Mr. Negrito Grande? Do you know what's going on? Do you know what we've been through? Do you know what we're going through? There was a story that was so crazy that happened in North Carolina. I believe this young boy went to school with this Caucasian girl, and then the Caucasian girl was so nice to him, and it was her birthday, and then he sent her a card, all right, saying how amazing she is, you know, thanking her for being the type of person that she is, a little 13-year-old boy, all right, who didn't know anything about hate, who didn't know anything about love or sexual anything, because at that time, people had sense. People had senses. You would leave a black boy and a black girl. You would leave a boy and a girl that is 13, 14, 15. You will come back and they will lay down. You'll find them laying down on the couch or on the bed, not doing anything sexual. You will not find no condoms at that time during this era. No Molly, no weed, no crack, no cocaine. Because at that time, children were children because adults with common sense were giving birth to children. Now you have a 14-year-old girl who's pregnant, a 17-year-old girl who's pregnant. Children are giving birth to children. That's what you're in the mess that you're in now. And you expect to get the best from a people like this. Have you ever been in the ghetto in America to see how crazy it is? Same reaction that you're gonna get that you got from the Haitians. Yeah, the story about that. I almost got carried away. The story about the little boy who sent the card to the Caucasian female, her father found out about this. And then, you know how people are, how some Caucasian people are. They got all their packs ready, all the clan, and said, this is a disgrace, this is ridiculous. If we don't make an example out of this little boy, next thing you know, little boys are going to be left and right, laying down with our daughters, our children, and then messing up, you know, our whiteness. All right? They took this man. They kidnapped the man. All right? And they kidnapped the little boy with the father. And then they went down to a river. And they tie him up like this. Tie up the little boy's hands and the little boy's feet. Right? And then they yank the head of the father. And while the little boy is being tied up, they threw him in the river, and they made sure that they hold the father's head to watch his son drown. Tell you something. Do you know how spiteful? Do you know how wicked? How despicable? How nasty? How filthy? That you have to be to even think about some evil shit like this? Forcing the guy to watch his son Sean begging for help, and the man is helpless because he got overpowered by a bunch of racist white males. Now, when you watch this video, Mr. Negrito Grande, those things happen to us too in Haiti. That's why we had to fight. And I see you over here, African Americans, believing in Jesus every time. No disrespect again. I gotta address you based on what you call because my message is directly for this guy, not to attack my African American brothers and sisters. But if it's African American, so and you speak English, you happen to be born in this country, and you watching this, this is a great thing for you to learn so that you don't make mistake like him. Okay? It's the same thing that happened to us. You go into church every time they rape, they kill one of you, or you didn't get any justice. You go and march and say, "We shall overcome." Is this a joke? We shall overcome. Oh, you got this beautiful thing that I like when you say, well, do we want justice? We want it now. Do we want justice? We want it now. If I was a DJ, I'd be like this. You know, do we want justice when we want it? See what I mean? Do we want justice when we want it now? If we were doing this when the French was killing our pregnant women, when they were beating a big giant black man within the inch of his life and begging for his life in front of his wife and children so that the women will never have respect for a black man, because how's that possible that you're 7 foot tall or you're 6.5 and you got these big muscles and a man who's 5'11" or 4'12" is making you beg for your life. This is the origin of the black women having no respect for the black man. It continued. It's a process. And it will take 100 millions of years before black folks wake up out of this mess. Because it got too deep. Mr. Negrito Grande, your story is my story. We just don't speak the same language. But I was blessed, thank God, I can understand you 100%. And you can understand me 100%. Let's face off now. Let's talk now about what your problem is. Maybe I can help you solve your problem, because I'm a problem solver when it comes to sick minds.
You would be grateful to take any kind of clothes. That's not how it happened. Yes, all of my clothes come from the United States, so they were all considered original branded clothes. So they were being really fucking picky about the clothes. Like, I don't want that one. I don't want that. Ooh, I want that one. Or I want that one. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, damn, these are some picky motherfuckers. Like, instead of
your people, the Haitians, right? They are your people, look like you, according to your own word. But because they are desperate, they're acting like desperate people. They are making desperate moves. And then all of a sudden we become picky motherfuckers to you, and we're your people. Where'd you learn English? No, I have to ask you this. Because you just keep on contradicting yourself, man. What's wrong with you? These are some picky motherfuckers. Like he's talking about some other race that he never knew, that he don't know anything about. You knew why you went there. You went there so that you can denigrate them, put them down, showing them that I'm better because I'm from the United States. And you guys are poor, stupid, ignorant, desperate. So I'm up pretending that I'm helping you, and I get views, and people will support my channel, and my account will be monetized. It's on and popping. I get all the women, and I'll just get my own group now. Open a GoFund, and next thing you know, I got 6 figure. You lazy motherfucker. I gotta call you a motherfucker. You know why? I didn't want to do that after you called my people picky motherfuckers. Or should I say, our people, according to your own word.
like, really? Like, and I'm just going through it like, damn, okay, whatever. So they're just taking the clothes, this and that, yada, yada, yada. They didn't know my name. I told them several times, hey, my name is Negrito Grande.
You told them several times your name is Negrito Grande in English or in your broken Spanish. How the fuck did you expect them to understand what you were talking about when you said yourself that they did not understand English, they did not speak English? Oh, god damn it, you're dumb.
Like I was like, yeah, okay, we don't give a fuck. Just give us what you have and pretty much be up out of here. So I'm just like, damn, they didn't care about any of the rules I gave before taking the clothes. They didn't care what my name was, who I was.
How would they know what your rules were when they did not understand you? There was a communication gap according to your own word. It's like you're going to China and then you're trying to tell the people like, hey, you want to help him out when they're trying to get you to help them to come to the United States. They will be like showing you passports every time you talk to them. Passport. We want. Yes. Negrito Grande, man, why are you doing this to your people, man? Just to get views, man? Come on, man. You can't do better than that, man. I mean, god damn. You couldn't find anything else to talk about that day? Was it too much corona that you had? Come on, man. Don't tell me that you were high because people who smoke weed, they drop science and knowledge. That you must have been drinking some heavy alcohol, man. What's going on?
They don't, to be honest, I don't even think they even cared about having roots in Africa. That's the vibes in the presence I felt because I even told them about like, man, even though we're one people, you know, we got roots connected back in Africa, so I feel like we're one big family. They pretty much were like, yeah, whatever. Let's just get to the good shit or not. But again, man, that shit really hurt me. That they really were just being picky about what's being offered to them. And not only that, the impression I got is like they didn't give a fuck. It's like only if you can help us, then we'll come up to you. But if you can't help us, then don't be around us. Like I didn't even feel the connection between them. Like, yeah, we're both black, and plus I'm giving you guys something out of the goodness of my heart. I didn't even feel like I felt separated from them. Like they kind of had their own little circle. Like if you ain't Haitian, motherfucker, then you ain't one of us. That's the vibes I got.
Mr. Negrito Grande, how did you know this? And how would you have felt connected to them when you didn't even understand what they were saying and they didn't even understand what you were saying? What kind of connection did you expect from a nation in which language you don't speak? Are you telling me that you're connected to the Mexicans now? When you barely speak their language? Because I know I could tell that you're learning how to speak Spanish. You don't know how to speak it fluently. What kind of connection did you expect from a people that is desperate, don't know how to speak English, don't know how to speak Spanish, and then you were trying to convey a message to them using your broken Spanish that you just learned a couple of days ago and speaking English to them, and yet you felt like these people didn't have any connection, any root in Africa, and they just like, oh man, if you don't want to help us, get the fuck out. Which one of them? Can you name one of them that was acting like this? Who told you that, hey, Mr. Negrito Grande, if you cannot help us, get the fuck out of the way? You just judge them based on the reaction that you see. Because they're acting desperate to you, they don't care. You see how stupid you are? Because you're rushing for work, you're walking fast, and you're sweating, that doesn't make you a crazy person. You understand? You're running late, you're rushing to go to work, people are trying to say hi to you. Yeah, I'm gonna see you later. That's what crazy people do, but you're not crazy. You just don't want to be late. Now they're desperate, they're trying to get some food, they see you with clothes, and they're hoping to get some clothes, you look like them, but they don't understand you. You go, that's exactly what you're gonna get. You should have been sitting down and laughing, man, with these people. And sympathize and showing us how sad it was, telling us your experience in a beautiful way, not in a disrespectful way like this, Negrito Grande. Come on, man.
That's my personal vibe. So the last part to top it off is that, okay, once they nitpicked only the really nice clothes that I gave them and pretty much left all of the others on the ground, I told him, you know what? This is all y'all. Y'all can divide them up however y'all would like to, whatnot. So as I'm about to try,
How did you say that to them in Creole? Because you said that they didn't understand English. This is y'all, this is y'all, this is, oh, this is y'all can divide them afterwards. How did you say that in Creole? Because you said, again, you said you don't speak Creole. Did you say it in Spanish to them? Because I know that for a fact that most Haitians don't speak Spanish, the ones especially who left Haiti to go to Mexico to find a better life. They will go there first trying to find a way to make it happen, then learn the language, right? Because they have no paper, no documentation. How did you convey this message to them, Negrito? In Spanish or in English, in which languages they do not understand? Because I'm sure that they don't understand English or Spanish. How did you tell them that? Please tell me, brother. I want to know like a motherfucker.
walk off. The dude told me to come back over here, and of course he really didn't know Spanish at all, nor English. So I kind of got.
Is he a comedian? You were telling him all this. Y'all can divide this. This is for you. You people cannot act like this. Y'all gotta follow the rules. And yet you said that they didn't understand English nor Spanish. Listen.
His physical charade game, like pretty much. What are you gonna do with this shit? I'm like.
It's called body language. And then all of a sudden you're a psychologist. Even psychologists gotta speak to you so that they know what you're going through. If you're acting like you're shaking, you might be cold. They cannot say that you're being possessed. Negrito, come on, man.
Todo es para ustedes. Like everything is yours. And he just like.
He's trying to act like he knows Spanish. Todo es para ustedes. Like everything is yours. And they understood that. Right? Damn.
Nah, hey, for real, we don't want that shit. You gotta pick that shit up and throw that shit in the trash or give it away to somebody else because you can't leave that shit here and we don't.
Did they say that to you, Negrito Grande, or you assume that's what they were thinking as a psychic? Also, you're a psychic now? Man, you need to read my arms to see the palm of my hand to see what it means. I don't even know what to say to you, man, because you make me sick to my stomach, man. Don't ever pull that small time thing on the internet. Don't ever post that thing ever again. And it's in order. If you do it again, you're going to be dealing with me. And I don't need to touch you to make you feel uncomfortable. Because the lips that God gave me, I know how to use them. Believe me.
Don't want that shit here. So I'm just like, bug, like. From that point on, my face was just stale as fuck. Even though, like I said, not all of them. Maybe it was like maybe 2 or 3 people maximum in that whole group. We're like a group of like at least between 20 to 30 of them. But like at least I think maybe 2 of them was respectful and grateful. But the vibes I got from the rest of the pack pretty much like, hey, thanks for not even a thanks. I didn't even get a thank you. Pretty much it's like,
how would they have thank you when they don't know how to say it? They probably were doing this because, like, when Haitian people like don't know how to speak a language and you do something great for them, they go like this. They probably were saying this, but being that you're not Haitian, you do not understand the body language. In your mind, these are some ungrateful, picky motherfuckers, right?
I'm gonna take this, showing off all of my other Haitian homies, and be about their business.
Haitian
I didn't
homies?
thank you. I didn't get a. We really appreciate it. You taking the time.
I want to say thank you I want to thank you on their behalf. But I want to say thanks, but no thanks. Don't ever go give my Haitian people stuff and then after that go on the internet, on the social media and blast them. Keep them to yourself. That's all I can say to you. Thanks, but no thanks.
Somebody day to come out and was like, none of that, none of that, none of that. Even though that was my first time really experiencing Haitians in person, that was a fucked up impression I got. You know, and
of course, if a woman been raped for a very long time, all the men that she did it, they lied to her. She got a bunch of baby daddies with no, she got a bunch of baby daddies, but none of them is there for her to take care of the kids. What kind of experience you gonna expect to have on going on a first date with a woman like this who doesn't trust any man, anybody, based on her experiences with men? Because all of them are negatives. Huh? Of people who've been raped and robbed and murdered and have nowhere to go, no history, no common sense. Most of them don't know what's going on. They are lost. And you expect the experience to be as if you were to go to the White House to meet Barack Obama's daughters?
I might sound kind of harsh, but you know, if there is someone that is going to watch this video that speaks English and that's of Haitian descent or not, please
you have me.
Reach back out to me, and maybe we can talk, and maybe I can understand on why that happened the way it did.
Stupid. That's ridiculous what you just said. That's what you should have done before you posted that garbage, man. You understand me? Reach out and speak to those that are Haitian descent who can interact with you, who can be educated, who can make you understand, who can put you on, who can drop the knowledge on you before you went and posted that garbage, man. That's what you should have done, but you did it upside down, which I understand why.
Part of it being y'all went through some hard shit in y'all culture or whatnot. I need to understand that shit because
you went through some harsh shit in America too, man. But you forgot already because it's all good now.
Regardless, us as Black Americans, we are struggling in a hardship where we need to face our own problems. So it's like we got our own problems, and I'm out here trying to help other people's problems. So and again, I'm out here.
We didn't ask you to go to Mexico to try to donate your used clothes. We didn't do that. You sound like, oh man, we got our own problems, man. We gotta face our own problems. That would have made sense if the Haitian government or some Haitians out there were saying, man, you over here in Mexico and I see that you're posting a lot of videos. How about you go to Haiti and help us with your used clothes? Then that would have been a good answer, a satisfactory answer. But that garbage that you just said, again, is a contradiction. You're just crazy, man. Oh, you all right, brother.
In Mexico, I'm for the people out here in Mexico. So normally I kind of put y'all on a pedestal, knowing the Hurricane Matthew hit. So I don't know, maybe I'm just ranting, guys, but I'm just
of course you
pissed
are.
off. But again, I know it doesn't apply to all Haitians in the world, but just from those few, based on first impression, that was one hell of an impression I got, and ever since.
Of course, then you gotta be careful next time you meet a Haitian guy, whether he's educated or not, reach your whore, because you might get this kind of reaction that you got from the desperate Haitians, right? That is your logic. You have the mind of a child. You're a minor.
Then I was just like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not even gonna fuck with these kind of people anymore.
Of course, that's what I was waiting for. This is what you learned that from your former slave master. You know what? Fuck this, man. I'm not gonna fuck with this kind of people. Your brothers and sisters, your people, and then all of a sudden there's some kind of people, a kind of a man. Do you listen? Are you hearing yourself? Listen to the context of his word? The man is just in the cloud. You're clouding the idea that you're trying to disseminate. What's wrong with you, man? You're all over the place, bro. I'm not mad or anything, but I'm mad at the fact that you're being stupid, man. I'm not mad at you. Your stupidity upsets me, man.
Like they just pretty much told me the vibe about God.
The immaturity, the immaturity of your understanding is so poor. I don't think you will be able to understand the message that I'm trying to convey to you now, Mr. Negrito Pequeño.
It was like, look, if you can help us, we'll come up to you and we'll play our role. But the minute you can't help us anymore, we're about to go and be about our own business. You know?
Says who? Which one of them? Which one of them said that to you, so I can go there personally myself and make sure that he pays for that? Because I know for a fact that he doesn't know how to speak English, so he couldn't have said that to you. Which one? Negrito Grande. Trying to get the girls and views, man. That's not how you do it, player. Blast somebody else. We didn't do anything to you. Have some respect and some dignity. We didn't do anything to you.
Kind of like they have their own Haitian circle. If you're not Haitian, get the fuck out.
Dummy, let me tell you something. It's called assimilation. If you know what this means. How the fuck they gonna talk to you and put you in their circle when they do not understand you or you understand them? How the fuck were you going to interact with them when you said yourself that you don't speak Creole, you don't speak anything that they speak, but you wanted to be in their circle to do what? To look at them like a big ass monkey? And they be looking at you like this? Because according to your own word, man, that's the only thing that I can come up with. Of course, they gotta have their own circle. They gotta survive. They understand each other. Wherever you see your people at a hopeless place, you see hope. Oh, you speak my language? You come over here. You speak my language? You come over here. Had I been with you in this area, you would see that I speak English with you, but I'd be part of the circle because I can understand. And they'd laugh and tell me joke, and I would tell them joke, and I would make you feel like you like home too because I'd be able to translate for you. That's all. Why couldn't you understand that?
That's the impression I got. I didn't get a brotherly love type vibe from them. But this is the coldest part about it. Like, and I noticed, like, there was this Mexican dude, and I gotta throw this in the story, you know, when he analyzed the situation, he seen I was kind of like pissed off, and the minute, you know, I started to pick...
Pissed off at who? Mr. Negrito Grande? Huh? At who? What did they say to you that pissed you off so badly? What did they do to you? You know you don't like the Haitians anyway, man, because they taught you in this country that the Haitians do voodoo. Stay away from them. That's what the white supremacist, you know, is promoting over here. And also, you know, what they believe in is self-preservation and unity. Even though they're fighting with each other, but they know one thing: if they unite and they practice self-preservation, they'll always win. But when they divide you, they're always going to conquer your ass. Go to Jamaica next time because they will understand you. All right? Go to the Bahamas next time. But don't go where the Haitians are. The Spirit will send somebody who will not criticize them based on their behavior because they're desperate, who's just going to help and tell how they help, and then we will thank that person. All right?
Pick up the clothes, he gently came over to me, he was like, he knew English, you know, he was like, hey, man, I would appreciate...
Of course, he knew English, so he understood you. You probably went and blasted the Haitian with him by saying all this filth and garbage fitting his mind and made the Haitian people look ugly and not appreciative, and people will start saying, you know what, let's avoid these people because there are some picky motherfuckers based on what you just said. I just gave you a mountain of knowledge. If you don't like to read Negrito Grande, I guess this will expand your mind. Alright? I know you'll watch it again and again. and again until you fall asleep, because you probably never heard a Haitian person spoke like this before. Have a good day, bro.